That's so bright, you're my delight, and that's why I love you so. I played around with love before. I was silly, and you know that I played the fool. But then you came into my life and you changed that. 'Cause I know what I want and very sad with you. Somebody treat me right. couldn't find. I searched day in and day out for the one that was mine, all mine. I played around with love before. I was silly, and you know that I played the fool. But then you came into my life and you changed that. 'Cause I know what I want and very sad. Yeah.
Yeah! Welcome to the show. It's Just Comics, guys. Episode 3. Yeah. CEO, your host, and the most pros, Glacier. Good afternoon to everybody out there on the tubes of you. Yeah, reporting live from Glacier Mountain Comics headquarters. We'll be perusing through some Malibu comics today. Some of that Goro miniseries. Goro, the Prince of Pain. Everything Goro today. Goro appreciation. Shouts out Mortal Kombat. Another great cultural icon. Yeah. You guys ready? My PayPal is also scrolling across the screen in the banner. Consider leaving a donation if you're entertained. Yeah. Future of indie comics. Yo, Glacier. Settle in. Get smoky. The show's about to start. Yeah. Today's stream is brought to you by 4 Strains, Frosty, Purple Papaya, Bubblegum Runts, Rainbow Belt. Yeah. Friday afternoon with Glacier. It's Just Comics, guys. Episode 3. Taking a trip back in time to when Malibu Comics stores were still open. Malibu Comics, great collection of Mortal Kombat comics over there at Malibu. We're gonna check out Goro, the Prince of Pain, which was a three-issue miniseries at Malibu. The Goro arc. Goro, the Prince of Pain, you know, the 4-armed, half-human, half-dragon. Won the tournament for Shang Tsung by getting rid of the first Kung Lao. Also, folks, SLED HEADZ, my debut comic book with art by Kristian Rossi. The art is 100% completed. Now we're just working on the lettering, the logo, and the cover art. And then the book will be available for purchase. You will be able to buy it online, buy a physical copy online at places such as Walmart.com, Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and also it will be available 60-page hardcover in the Critical Blast bookstore, Critical Blast Publishing bookstore. Yeah.
And you know that I played the fool, but then you came into my life and you changed that, 'cause I know what I want and very sad. Yeah, somebody treat me right.
Comics, guys, episode 3. And Smokey with Glacier, your host, and the most pros, the future of indie comics and CEO of Glacier Mountain Comics, the heavyweight champion of the indie comic scene today. You know him, Glacier. Yeah. 4 or 5 franchises that live inside of my head. They need to come out. And we're getting SLED HEADZ out. SLED HEADZ. No money, no honey. With art by Kristian Rossi. It is a blaxploitation, gun-fu, supernatural, super Sentai rom-com set in Alaska. Glacier, winter is still coming, and I'm gonna come. Yeah, I'm coming to crush all competition, all competitors. I'm coming for mine. Yeah. All right, are you guys ready to start the show? Oh, there goes my Burt Bees chapstick. Okay, let's see. Good afternoon, folks. We're here for episode 3 of It's Just Comics, Guys. It's Just Comics, Guys. And hope you guys are having a good Friday afternoon. Let me go ahead and hide that, because that's always annoying. Put it like this. Okay, now we are set, folks. 15 minutes in, not too shabby if I say so myself. PayPal is scrolling across the screen in the banner below. If you feel entertained, if you want to help me get a coffee, get a beer, buy a black and mild. My fried vocals need more frying, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the PayPal is in the banner below. If you're entertained, consider leaving a donation. All donation money will go towards the lettering, logo, and cover art of my current project. 60-page hardcover being published, SLED HEADZ, with art by Kristian Rossi. All the art is 100% completed, all out of pocket. Now I just need $2,000. That's right, $2,000 to cover the lettering, the logo, and a cover art. And then it'll be available to purchase on Amazon.com, Walmart.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and in the Critical Blast Publishing bookstore. I will also be doing probably giveaways once I have my hardcover copies in hand. Giveaways, possibly signed copies, flash sale streams. It's going to be a good time. It's all on the way. So stay alert to be announced very, very soon. All right, let's do some reading, or as some of you are accustomed to saying, nerding out. Let's nerd out. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, so here we got issue 1 of Goro, Prince of Pain mini run. Look at that. That's beautiful. About to zoom in a second. Featuring characters from Mortal Kombat 2. One of the greatest fighting games of all time. Cultural icon in the zeitgeist, I would have to say. Look at man, that's some good. That's it's good Goro artwork. But look at they were listening to fans back in the day because I remember. Yeah, and I seen that on a video earlier too about Goro. People were always talking about like, well, not people, but like the smarty pants like comic book nerds. I didn't give zero fucks. I was like, whatever. Like comic books is the excuse. Like anything goes, anything can work. But I was just like, I had like one of those like Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate. Like that thing saw some wear and tear. The Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate Pockets combo book. I had that because it had all the bios of every single character in that game, and it was the game at the time that had the most characters, like all these secret characters and all these added new characters. And then it would tell you like the history of what happened to them during tournaments. So I was just obsessively reading that. Like as soon as I got that book, I was reading it on the car ride the whole way home. Like, oh my god, did you know so and so were cousins? And holy shit, uh, the what was it? Sub Zero's clan, the Lin K. How most of them got turned into robots like Sector, Smoke, Cyrax. That shit was interesting to me at the time because it was brand new. But yeah, that was nostalgia. It comes with Mortal Kombat. It's been a part of everything forever. And shouts out to Goro, right? Like iconic four-armed. I don't think he's the first one, right, with forearms, but definitely left his mark. Here's the Malibu M. Shouts out to Malibu Comics. They had some pretty cool stuff back in the day. Let's full size it now. I kind of like that logo. It's just like it's random, but it works. And it's simple. Looks better farther away though, like, but it does the job. Simpler times. Goro, Prince of Pain, number one, $2.95. Holy shit. $3 Canadian. Number one. But yeah, oh yeah, that's where I was going with this. But so a lot of them were talking about Goro like not making sense, like the really nerdy guys. He doesn't have four. You need 4 pecs. Because if you just have 2 pecs and the other 2 arms, they're just laying there useless. They're immobile. They can't move without pecs. You know, they just be like not like unarticulated action figures. You know, just statuesque. But they listened to the fans back in the day, and they started drawing Goro with 4 pecs, so that his 4 arms could work. I remember that. But yeah, it looks like they gave him 4 pecs here. Maybe not so much here, but this definitely looks like it could be a second pec. You know what I'm saying? But just badass character design. Two-toed. Absolute unit. Black fingernails. The top ponytail was a popular thing at the time. You could see this everywhere, and like top ponytail hairstyle. So many X-Men characters, or I mean Marvel characters. But let's zoom back out. Oh, no credits. Damn, I don't even know who's on this book. No credits. Huh. All right. I guess we're jumping right in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panel spread. I mean, how else would they start off a Mortal Kombat comic? Get the name of the city. What is this? This is actually a pretty good Pretty good digital scanning. Like most books don't look, you struggle to see get everything when you full size it. See, when you full page it, you can see everything. So the name of the city is unimportant. Save to say, it is not where you expect this tale to begin. Alright, so you got a cop car fucking cruising. I guess they're using this as an establishing shot, the hustle and bustle of city. Let's take it in, Murph. Shift's just about over anyway. This is not the island of Shang Tsung, nor is it the realm of Outworld. Couple more passes through, then we'll head in. It's been a quiet enough night. Some cop drinking coffee. Oh shit. Good storytelling. Coffee's spilling at his feet, hitting the brakes. Onomatopoeia. Okay, I wish I knew who was on this book. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can look up the credits real quick. Artists Goro, Prince of Pain, #1. Art by Roy Burdine and Jack Snyder. Cover was by Patrick Rollo and Bobby Ray. Oh, that's why the signature says Rollo and Ray. Patrick Rollo and Bobby Ray. Unfortunately, finding the specific artist for the Goro Prince of Pain #1 comic book is proving difficult. While information about the series exists, details about the individual artists involved are scarce. 3-part miniseries, 1994. Wow, it even says what fucking font they use for the series title. That font I was just talking about, I guess it's called Banco Typeface. Banco Typeface. Yeah, but this one says it's Roy Burden and Jack Snyder. Let me see. Yeah, because the interiors are at an auction. And yeah, Roy Burdine and Jack Snyder. So there you go. Roy Burdine, Jack Snyder. The team, the art team on Goro #1, Prince of Pain. And I guess Patrick Rollo and Bobby Ray did the cover. So we're good. All right, let me get out of there. All right, let me take a hit of the purple papaya and we'll get back to business. Just like we like what? Apologies, I just have to outdo the cough of your boy Zach, Ricardo, Richard C. Meyer, and Pie Man, EVS, Ethan Van Sciver. See, my coughs, they'll make you want to punch a wall, yeah. Here, so the cop at the end of their shift has to slam on his brakes for some reason, not known to us yet. Coffee spilling. Good storytelling. Close. Look at that fucking butt chin on this cop. Very cartoony style. Look, he's even doing the wide eyes like Kristian does. What is it? What's happening? Oh no. Motion lines and the red and orange colors trying to do his job of showing danger. Oh shit. I wish I knew, Pete. I wish I knew. Oh look, you can kind of see the silhouette of Goro phasing into our world. So it's like they got green smoke. Yeah, I like this kind of stuff. It's very Jack Kirby-ish. Forever people. That got me thinking though, because like the way I pitch my book, SLED HEADZ, is the forever people. What if Jack Kirby's the forever people were dropped in the blaxploitation set in Alaska? And you know how in the forever people, like they're the main characters. What they turn into, or not turn into, but what they trade places with to fight their battle, Infinity Man. So that in that respect, it's Super Sentai. They basically morph into Infinity Man, but Jack Kirby put his own spin on it. And he was the first. He did it before Super Sentai. But so Infinity Man is like, he's not the main character, even though he's the hero. Like they're the main story until they need it, until it's like life or death, and they need to turn into Infinity Man to fight against Darkseid and stuff like that. So I like that phase and stuff. Fuck, where was I going with that? Super Sentai, the Forever People. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Maybe where was I going with that? Okay, we're looking at Goro phasing in. Oh yeah, that's where I was going with it. Like I said, the Forever People are the main character. They become Infinity Man, so like Super Sentai-ish. They become the hero. But he's like the way Jack Kirby during the Forever People miniseries, like little by little revealing more and more of Infinity Man's power set, and maybe gave him his own issue. He gave him one Infinity Man issue, but most of it is the Forever People. It's not the Infinity Man. Infinity Man is a Super Sentai, what they turn into. But it got me thinking because it was during the time when it just made me think. Just imagine like if Stan Lee and Jack Kirby never had a fallout, right? The whole thing didn't happen. Everything was status quo. They were like it was when they were doing Fantastic Four, and it made me like so angry. All of us are human. We can't control, but when it affects art and things like what could have been and things we missed out on, like if for even example in like something like boxing, two fighters you wish you could have seen fucking slug it out, but they were just different age, different eras. But dude, if the fallout with Jack Kirby and Stan Lee never happened, it just made me angry because I look at the Forever People, like my favorite thing that Kirby's ever done is the Forever People over at DC when he was doing his New Gods, what some people today call the Fourth World. What if the fallout never happened and Stan Lee was able to stand his little Stan Lee style flesh out. He was able to flesh out the Forever People like he fleshed out the fucking Fantastic Four. Oh my god, what did we miss out on? Imagine how big the New Gods, the whole fourth world in general could have been if Stan Lee and Jack Kirby never fell out. Could you imagine? Holy fuck, bro. Damn it. But people are gonna people, you know? Just the way she goes, boys. That's the way she goes. But all right. So they're seeing Goro phasing in, obviously, but they don't know what it is. Well, whatever it is, I don't think I like it. This is a double page spread, so let's see. Okay, they're showing us the left-hand side of it. Let me guess, then we're gonna get the right-hand side. Fuck digital comics, you piece of shit. Alright. So damn, look at that. Look at that Goro artwork. I like the way they're using the greens, the eerie undertones. Okay, coming in through a pink portal. I dig it. Goro's such a badass. Alright, now it's full size, this baby. Oh, we do get credits right here. I didn't even have to do any of that. God damn it, I'm sorry. My apologies, folks. The frame is 8'2". Gee, 550 pounds. The mind is cunning and treacherous. The situation is completely out of control. Whoever brought me here is going to pay most dearly. Stranger in a strange land. What is this? Is this Prince of Pain? Writer Charles Marshall. Penciler Roy Burden. Inker Jack Snyder. Color designs 1 through 12. Chris Young. 13 through 24. Scott Katanak. Interior colorist. Wait, color designs. What does that mean? Interior colorist. Violent Hues. What? Violent Hues. Okay. Editor Mark Panicia. Mortal Kombat Goro, Prince of Pain, number 1, 1994, September. Malibu Comics Entertainment, West of Goro Road, Calabasas. Oh, they were in Calabasas? Fucking premium. That's a premium comic book company. Their fucking headquarters is in Calabasas. That's crazy. Yeah, that's very posh. I dig it. Direct to market newsstand, $2.95. Printed in Canada too. Nice. And look, pages are numbered. Whoa! Numbered pages. Am I right? Oh, there's a silhouette of the cops in the cop car. He is the prince of Shokan, the subterranean power of Outworld. He is the right hand of the powerful Shang Tsung, but most of all, he is the master of Mortal Kombat. Dun, 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 dun. Call him Goro, Prince of Pain. Look at those beautiful, beefy arms. 3 fingers, too, huh? Damn, that's a double knuckle sandwich. For details leading up to this story, see Malibu's Mortal Kombat Blood and Thunder series. Damn, that's pretty cool. Silhouetted him out here in the foreground. And the cops are like, oh, fuck this shit. You should have listened to him. You should have fucking ended your shift early. Did you bring Goro here? Oh, fuck, dude. You just fucking crunch the car in half, why don't you? Crunch. Whoa. My mouse sensitivity is crazy. It can't be real, can it? No sudden moves, Petey boy. Yeah, that's very 90s. Love it. I'm calling in for a backup. Did you bring Goro here? That's a nice extreme close-up. Oh, look at the horns growing on Goro's head. Wait, what the fuck is this? Where does ponytail go? Why do they have fucking spore spikes coming out of his head now? Uh-oh. He's coming this way. Good lines indicate shaky because he's terrified. He's nervously shaking. This guy got nothing to lose. Already lost his hairline. He's like, fuck yeah, I got this revolver. Revolvers don't jam. Get ready. Get ready. We've got to stop him. Stop, mighty Goro. You might as well attempt to stop the wind. Oh, those spikes are coming out the middle of his forehead. Yeah, because there's like remnants of his ponytail right there. Nice looking stuff. No complaints now from fuck, what was his name? Not Jack Snyder. Burden. Something Burden. Good job penciling. And Jack Snyder's doing fantastic on inking. Yeah, for sure. Alright, so Goro's like, fuck this. Page 4 crunches the car in half. Whoa, what are we doing? We got some tournament history now? He remembers the Mortal Kombat tournament had already begun. So this looks like Shang Tsung over here. This is Goro. You can tell by his spikes. Ooh, nice teeth. Mortal Kombat logo. There's our boy, Johnny Cage, movie star. Yeah. Raiden, Sonya Blade, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Kano. I guess the guy with the mullet is gotta be Liu Kang. But it was halted by his master, halted by Shang Tsung. A group of warriors had somehow thwarted Tsung's plans. Damn, look at the eyebrows on both Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Looking like my eyebrows right now. I gotta go get them done. Sonya Blade's gotta take a big old shit. Fucking, she looks as nutty as some women we know. Oh, again with the eyebrows on Raiden. But for some reason, oh, and Kano. But they gave Liu Kang nice, pretty eyebrows. Drawn on eyebrows. Here we go. Wait, how's this page? No. Not bad. They decided to divide the centerpiece into panels for a cool look, but I mean, I think it was unnecessary. I mean, it's cool, but if they're connected, just leave it as one panel, you know? Yeah, nice looking cape on Goro. Oh, and look at the perspective of his hands being held up. It's pretty good foreshortening. But Goro had provided them a valuable lesson, a lesson in pain. But before he could finish them off, he was whisked away by a mysterious spell. A spell. Page 5. Boom. All right, we're back into current present time. Stay back. I'm warning you. Nice little silhouette panel, cityscape, and a raven or a crow. Welcome to Earthrealm, Lord Goro. Oh, the crow's talking to Goro. Rook was sent to ease your passage. What? A raven? No, you buffoon, a crow. Oh, you see? That's what I get for assuming, right? Let's check out this pull back, look at the panel layout. Damn. The crow just fucking like fucking nuclear holocausted them with ease from its glowing eye. And looks like Goro's gonna take off and follow the crow. No, you buffoon, a crow. Ah. That's good, good use of blacks and reds. And yeah, it just looks incredible. Completely gets the point across that they're being like fucking evaporated, eviscerated. A little blue on the underwing of the crow. Now, Lord Goro, caw, if you would follow me, you would no doubt have some questions, and I can take you to one who can provide answers. Jeez, look at the size of this fucking Death Star moon. They threw the Death Star in there as the moon. You'd better hope so, little bird, for your sake. Goro's threatening the raven. Yeah, taking off. That's how they used to do it back then in 94. I guess, right? The swirls, the smoke cloud from the speed. Oh, this is a nice page. Nice panel layout. A good choice made up here. To extreme close up above the brow. And this guy just looks gnarly. Oh my god. Look at those crazy looking teeth. Poor gal. Or is it a dude? Oh, it's a scarecrow. What the fuck are we looking at? Hold on. Page 7. So it wasn't even a reveal. Right, so what's the reveal on page 8? The reveal is that
I hate fucking digital comics, you bitch. Because a double page probably fucked it up. So the reveal on here would be, yeah, it would be that. I don't know. Anyways, can't judge the book on reveals on digital. At least not this one. So let's zoom in. A short time later, see the raven has landed on what appears to be a scarecrow. Lord Goro, this is Zagat. Zombie and maggot, I guess. The world's most mighty sorcerer, Zagat. Rightly said, Mr. Rook. I am the Lord of the Rings. Oh my god. No fucking, no fun being had here. I am the Lord of the Rings, the great and powerful Oz. I thought his name was fucking Zagat. Great and powerful Oz. So you are the Lord of the Rings and the Wizard of Oz. Fucking tripping out, watching too many VHS tapes. You're grounded, bitch. You're grounded, bitch. I walk the streets of gold and live in the palace made of clouds. Oh my god, and they're at the mega worse, they're at the fucking dump. That's the fucking landfill. This guy's fucking out of his mind. You know, it's a thing when you're around very toxic and poisonous smells. They'll take effect. You will be changed if you're constantly smelling landfill. That's why nobody lives at the landfill, because sickness. You are a lunatic, and Goro's patience wears thin. I am the man with the plan, the forever saint. Oh my god. Nasty motherfucker. The power lies within me to do whatever I will. Ah, listen to what he says, Lord Goro. He is most wise. His words are nonsense, little bird. Fortunately, they will be his last words. Yeah, what the fuck? Is this crow high as fuck too? But the crow can't, because the crow obliterated those two fucking police officers. Fucking evaporated them. Eye lasers, fucking shit. But yeah, this guy does sound out of his mind. Hold on, let me reread this. But good job, though, on capturing the nose with the hook and the exaggerated gums. But I don't know. I don't really know. Like, you know, he's missing a couple teeth, but I mean, it looks like he was trying his best to keep them. Green mustache, green long hair. I am the man with the plan, the forever saint. The forever saint. Jesus. The power lies within me to do whatever I will. Seven. So this page 8. Yeah. Gaze across these wasted fields and see a land ravaged by the whims of a mad emperor. Call it Outworld. It is ruled by the iron fist of the all-powerful Shao Kahn. Yeah, Shao Kahn is absolute badass. So there's a panel layout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, it works. I can't complain. It even does the zig and the zag. You know, somebody will complain, like, but you wouldn't really want to do dynamic full body shots and panels this small. And you gotta get this thing out on time, you know, back then. Listen to me. Listen to the words of Shang Tsung. My faithful servant Goro has mysteriously vanished. The signs tell me that he will soon come to Outworld, and I am charging you for with finding him. Okay, like the half moons to indicate sorcery. Those nails, though. Again, using the greens to scare and the mystify. Very good, very good. Look at that Shang Tsung mustache, though. The Fu Manchu going on. And so he's talking to them, and they're in silhouettes. By the eyebrows, this could be anybody. But this guy's definitely got sharp teeth, right? Well, you know who it is, but for the sake of it, Reptile. So Shang Tsung is enlisting Reptile, Katana, Melina, and Baraka, all featured in Mortal Kombat 2, to go and help him find Goro. Reptile, he's pretty good. Spits acid, yeah. Eat your face off, dinosaur. But this was my favorite character to ever be like introduced new, he was brand new at the time. He was like Freddy Krueger and Wolverine had a fucking love child. Just absolute psycho. Baraka. And there's a whole race of them, which is even cooler. Whole race of people like him. These demons from the Outworld. Baraka, I'd say, is a pretty good race of demons to create. So you got Goro. They're called, I think they're called the Shokan. And you got Kentaro. And then who's the Centaur guys? You know, they're a whole race. Then you got Baraka's race. Let's pull out. Pretty good layout. I don't know, I'm just not a fan of the coloring that they've been using for all the. Oh, hers doesn't matter, but like the whatever the blue that they're using just doesn't sit well. It's supposed to be black, you know what I'm saying? Since I cannot physically search Outworld, I require you to do it for me. Baraka, be no man's slave, especially not for a pretender soon. Oh shit. Already being defiant. It is not Shun we serve. Oh, he's doing his slither thing like a fucking reptile. It's not Shun we serve. It's always Shao Kahn. He's right. Shao Kahn is the new leader. Bah! You Khan's lapdog reptile. Ha ha ha. I serve my master in my own way, unlike the treacherous Baraka. You nothing but slithering serpent. You not careful, Baraka roast you on spit. I mean, this could have been a more dynamic face-off, you know. But I mean, everybody was excited just to have Mortal Kombat in comic books. See the characters you played with being a comic book. Remember the comic book that came with the game? The only spit will be reptiles. Spits that is acid. Oh, look at that. Great way to let the first time readers know that what your power set is. Sizzling. Hawk the loogie on them. Ah. Ah. That's bad mistake, reptile. Uh-oh, you burn me now. Oh, fuck. There's that forearm claw. That's last mistake. Very Wolverine. Burden and Jack Snyder, when they got to draw this, they were like, yeah. Cha-chink. There's Baraka. It's fucking Wolverine, but with a forearm claw. It'd be even stronger, right? Than fist claws. Or wait, I don't know. Maybe not. There's more support, I guess. That's the last mistake. Cha-chink. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Good layout. That panel. The claw reveal. Half page. Pretty good. This is a funny looking profile shot though. I can't get it out of my head. It just looks like it belongs like in Powerpuff Girls or something. Freaky deaky. Hey, how come it's not working anymore? There we go. Oh shit, reptiles jumping out of the way of his attempted claw hug. You must not harm Shao Kahn. You must not harm Shao Kahn, most faithful servant. He will seek you out and destroy you. That what difference between us, belly crawler. You fear Shao Kahn, and Baraka do not. Okay, now Tana has stepped in. Melena's back there too, ready. Then Shang Tsung. So he's doing this. You guys get it together, you pieces of shit. Go find Goro, probably. Oh, fuck. The talking tree. Yeah, Kung Lao. The fuck? Fucking guys tripping balls. Rafferty, Saga, Firearm. A football player with a pistol? Is that Magus or Magnus Robot Fighter? No. Well, the Ultraverse was badass. It was a good alternative. So that was that, right? The next one will be issue 2. Oh, look at that. Baraka's on the cover with Goro. Issue 2, we're coming to back to read that for sure. Fuck, I'm starving, man. I should have ate before I did this. All right, let's get back to where we were. They gave Katana a little fucking a little rump. The sooner we locate Goro, the sooner we get back to our own lives. Stop it, both of you. Despite our differences, the task at hand remains. Chink, look at them shimmers off the metal claws. Katana's like, hey, look at my breastises and stop the fighting. Katana is right. We must seek him out. Just as Milena must seek out the truth about you, sister. Oh, thought bubbles are back, baby. Yeah. Barack is still fucking pissed off in the back. Absolutely badass background imagery. Foreground, midground, background. Beautiful. Excellent. Now scour Outworld for the Prince of Shokan. Remember, if you fail me, you are also failing the Emperor. For whatever disappointment I might feel, should you falter, Shao Kahn's unhappiness will be magnified tenfold. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good storytelling. Zooming in on the trees, the tree stumps. Meanwhile, in the part of Outworld known as the Living Forest. Oh, wait. What am I called? The Rotting Forest. The walking man makes his way. The walking man. Oh, the tree's talking to him. Oh, stranger, you may not pass this way. My brethren have watched you for many a day, and they have dispatched me to stop you. If your brothers have truly been watching me, then they know I mean no harm to any living thing. Oh my god, the tree just took a fucking wild swing at him with its fucking tree branch. Doof. Oh, knocked him right off his horse. Or no, just fucking flung him through the air. Perhaps you did not hear me, stranger. Kung Lao is no stranger to pain. Everybody's talking third person. Kung Lao is no stranger to pain. Either receiving it or inflicting it. Oh shit, and we all know the lore of the Kung Lao bladed hat. This tree's about to get sliced. Turn into a fucking piece of paper. Turn into a Louisville. 1, 2, 3. Vertical panels, one horizontal at the bottom. Strange. Why would you leave that much room? It looks okay, I guess, but imagine if I was muted. My shit breaks. Alright, so Kung Lao's about to take this fucking tree. This tree's been talking all that shit. Kung Lao's taking that bitch out. His blows are lightning fast and continuous. Blow after blow after blow. So many that the images blur together. Arf. No. You cannot do this. No. He's fucking chomping away at that fucking tree. What are you doing? Just punching the shit out of that one? After he's been chopping away at it with his hat. The thunder of punches echoes through the forest, creating a drumbeat of destruction. Just walks away and nonchalantly. Like pick my poncho back up, and before the last sounds fade into the wooded thicket, the walking man is on his way once more. Kung Lao. These scans are getting a little bit crooked. At that moment, back on Earth, let us see how you deal with the Prince of Pain. Let's see how you deal with Goro. Look out. He's charging. Do not fret, Rook. It is true that Goro is a big fish, but Zagat is an ocean. Oh shit. Dumpster living wizard. Landfill living wizard. He's doing some kind of purple sorcery. A body of water teeming with life. No parking. Damn, he bent the street light pole. He bent that metal street light around Goro's fucking leg and body. Deep, unfathomable, full of dangers unseen and mysteries unexplained. A sorcery going on here. Where did you get such power? That's beautiful. That's like more than half a page. That might be 3/4 of a page. Girl tangled up by the sorcery. I just can't believe this is a real thing in this book, where it's like fucking Gandalf that lives at a fucking landfill. Like, what the fuck is this? This is strange. It's not Shang Tsung, is it? This is fucking. He's got to deal with Shang Tsung and Outworld. He's got to deal with this fucking trash bandit on Earth. It's crazy. Some commentary to be had there. Something meta going on. I find it here and there. It's all around, if you know where to look. Caw! He has lived centuries, Lord Goro. There is nothing he does not know. Caw! If you are so smart, then tell me this. What do you want with Goro? We're taking a little road trip, mighty one. I've collected all the power I care to on Earth. Now we're going to Outworld. Oh, shit. It is Shang Tsung, isn't it? But how will you? It is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Surely you have learned that. Surely you've learned that. 1, 2. Good panel layout. Good panel layout. It's true. Your lords have difficulty opening the portal between these two realms. But Zagat was ancient when Khan and Shung were pups, and I have the power to open every gateway. And to make Goro the king of Outworld. Oh. There's the angle. Whoa. Hold on, folks. Let me get a sip of the Diet Pepsi caffeine in my system. I'm zonking out. We're only on page 17. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only 8 more pages. That's pretty good. How long have I been streaming? 1 hour and 16 minutes. Not bad, not bad. So what do you guys think about this Goro comic first? Like the art, a lot of the art is not bad. Like, right? Like, look at how beautiful this musculature is. The inking and the shading. And it's beautiful stuff. And then like this, whatever this is in the foreground in front of him. Which, what is it? Is it a horn that he's got? I don't know. It's that thing curving. The thing that had him wrapped up. Either way, it looks badass. Yeah, it's gotta be. But Zagat was ancient when Khan and Shang Tsung were pups, and I have the power to open every gateway and to make Goro the king of Outworld. So this wizard has a plan. He's a brother with a plan. He wasn't lying. I'm the man with the plan. Meanwhile, Major Jackson Briggs is searching desperately for a lost comrade. Oh, Jax, the metal arm guy. Yeah, the brother with the metal arms. Hang on, Sonya. Even though special forces wouldn't clear it, Jay is on his way to bail you out. Dig it? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's zoom in. Oh, this is beautiful down here. Car flip. Driver ejected. Oh no, that's a boat. There's the motor. What the fuck? You just crashed it onto the land? Are you crazy, Jax? You know brothers can't swim. Hang on, Sonya. Even though special forces would clear, yeah, Jax is on his way to bail you out. Yeah. Nobody knows what happened to you since you went on after Kano. There's some case files on Sonya Blade and Kano with his eye laser. But I can promise you one thing. I'm going to find out. Yeah. Even if it's the last thing I do. Oh, shit. It's like a fucking crash his boat into a glacier of land, a mountain in the middle of the ocean. He crashed into a mountain that was sticking out in the middle of the ocean. Thunk. He goes, damn. Ejected from the fucking boat, motherfucker. Whoa. 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 Dig it. Yeah. Let me drive the boat. Yeah. Whoa. Page 17, folks. Page 17. Damn it, Jax. Oh, fuck. Just crashing. He's drowning. Somehow he swam. It would all end here for a lesser man. Here in the cold, angry water, hundreds of miles from the coast of Hong Kong. Waves ripping, motion lines dripping. Damn, what's with all these fucking ocean mountains? He thinks about the troubles he's had throughout his life and how many times Sonya Blade had been there for him when he needed her. Beautiful down shot. Seeing about Sonya Blade and it's keeping him going. Look at him in the middle of the ocean. Finna get eaten by some sharks and some whales. It looks wet. It looks like it's raining. He hangs on because he has a sense of duty to the U.S. Special Forces. Because there's still a job for him to do. Damn. The OP rip they made Jax. But this, he don't look like a black man here. What the fuck? That don't look like a black man. Is Jackson Briggs black in the comics? Did we get back to Jax? And you have Jax on here. No. Yeah, he'll come back in issue 2. But it's weird, right? He's not. Does this look like a black man to you? I don't know. The skin tone does, but then you come here, this is not a black man. But this is very much a black man. I don't know. Not very consistent. Because he's a fighter. Mortal Kombat. 1, 2, 3, 4 vertical panels. 1 horizontal. Looks like they're going to Outworld. Looks like a trash dumpster wizard is bringing them to Outworld. A long way away. Oh, it's opening, Master. God, it's opening. Smell the foul wind. Taste the sour sand. How can a world so close to dying be filled with such power? Oh, that's beautiful. The crow. I like it. God, the moment is at hand. It's tipping over, falling forward. No. Hold tight, hombres. Here we go. This wizard is all over the place. So this character. What's happening? Feel so dizzy. A heartbeat later. Dizzy. I feel. Wait. This is Outworld. God, where did you think we were going? Disney World? Goro, together we shall remake this vile land. We will. We will do nothing together, lunatic. Beautiful art right here. Oh, fuck. Did he just swing that shit at the wizard? No way. You have shown me the power you have at your disposal. Now sample the power of the master of Mortal Kombat. Whoomp. Bam. Just fucking swung on him. Uh-oh. Crow's gonna come from. So this is the beginning of Goro, Prince of Pain, I guess. Goro's missing. Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn want to find him. People want to make him the king of Outworld since he's the current winner of the Mortal Kombat. We put our trust in you, Lord Goro. God, your trust was misplaced. God, then taste my power. Speaking of tasting. Uh-oh. Yes. Oh, fuck. That reminds Goro that he has not had his supper. That he has an appetite for foul. Oh, shit. Oh, let go of me. Please do not harm me. You're fucked, bird. That is enough. I did not bring you here to rule, Goro. I brought you here for inspiration. You see, I create things. I'm making something right now. Nice little ads from upcoming Malibu titles, solicitations. October, November. Wait, what was he saying before the advertisements? I'm making something right now. Something with the fighting spirit of Johnny Cage, with the determination and single-mindedness of Sonya Blade, with the bloodthirsty cunning and cruel intensity of Kano, with the speed and dexterity of the Order of Light's Liu Kang, with the subterfuge and skill of Sub-Zero, with the supernatural abilities of the one called Scorpion, with the raw energy of the Thunder God Raiden, with the multifaceted skill and guile of Shang Tsung, and with the incredible size and strength of the mighty Goro. He's making that right now? All that? What is he up to? He is the everything and the all. The sum of the greatest warriors ever known. Oh, crazy scientist wizard. Looks like he looks like Dr. Robotnik on fucking unhygienic and off way too much moonshine and acid. It's terrifying, but beautiful. Good art. He will storm through our world and destroy everything in his path. Oh, fuck. And then I shall unleash him on the earth realm. I cannot believe it cannot be. He is an unstoppable agent of absolute chaos. Call him the combatant. What the fuck? So it's like a reptile. It's like a reptile, but on the body of Goro. It's like the reptile ninja guy, but on the body of Goro. And like a metal lizard, because I don't know, here's mouth. Yeah, it's like a metal Terminator or something. What the fuck? So he's got like necrotech, dark magic to use, available at its disposal. That thing looks fucking strange. This one doesn't have 4 packs, so I complain about 4 packs for all forearm guys. And now a word from Welcome to the Wonderful World of Mortal Kombat, where cyborgs, movie stars, and deities fight each other and against the world. Orange skin, green. What's new at the BU? Why you like to read me? Bruce Lee comic from Malibu. Bruce Lee number 3. Nice little advertisement for Mortal Kombat 2. And there we are. We're up to issue 2. Oh, the interior artist did the cover this time. They did the cover too this time. All right, guys. So that was issue 1 of Goro, the Prince of Pain. And you can see that he's made it back to Outworld. He was gonna have this dark wizard as an ally, but this dark wizard's like, fine, I'll make my own version of you. But it's gonna have all this other stuff thrown in with it from the best combatants. And it's pretty okay artwork. Not like the most exciting number 1 issue, but not the worst either. I mean, you could definitely just be like, I don't know, you could have fun with it for sure. I mean, it's a mini series. It's only 3 issues, so maybe issue 1 kind of feels like it's all set up, right? So issue 2 of Goro, Prince of Pain will probably be much better when we get to it. But yeah, it's a nice trip down memory lane. See the Mortal Kombat Malibu comics. They were fucking great. I have every single one, so I just decided to go with Goro, Prince of Pain today because Goro's my four-armed favorite. Look at this massive unit of a man. And that was brought to us by Ray Burden, and Jack Snyder. And we saw the writing and storytelling of Charles Marshall. Okay. And now appreciation for Goro continues. Everything Goro. Goro celebration. Cultural four-armed icon.
Okay, going live. You gotta love it. Gotta love live streams. You never know what's gonna happen. Okay, so I was told that the stream got knocked offline. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was never online.
Shouts out to that shirt, dude. I want that shirt.
I don't know. Let's see here. Okay, going live. You gotta love it. Gotta love live streams. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say that we were never live, and I'm gonna start over from the beginning. And from the beginning, I mean this. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Tatmock99. 2,000 years ago, a man-beast was born on a distant planet. They named him Goro. So today's video, we're going to be talking all about Goro. Now, to really start to get into Goro's story, we're going to have to take you all the way back to Mortal Kombat 1. Not the Mortal Kombat 1 that's going to be released later this year, but the one that first came out in arcades in 1992. Here's Goro's story from that game. Goro lives. The 2,000-year-old half-human dragon Goro remains undefeated for the past 500 years. He won the title of Grand Champion.
A 2,000-year-old half-human dragon. Half-human dragon. Goro remains undefeated for the past 500 years. He won the title of Grand Champion by defeating Kung Lao, a Shaolin fighting monk,
It was during this period that the tournament fell into Shang Tsung's hands and was corrupted. So yeah, that was his bio in the arcade game. That's what it would tell us about Goro. And that was all we had. Half human dragon.
By defeating Kung Lao, a Shaolin fighting monk. It was during this period that the tournament fell into Shang Tsung's hands and was corrupted. And that's a very important part of the story. They actually go into that in the Mortal Kombat 1 comic book, which makes sense since John Tobias wrote the game and the comic together. So if you look in the comic, you'll see that Shang Tsung defeated Kung Lao 500 years ago. I'm sorry, Kung Lao defeated Shang Tsung. And then, after his defeat...
Yeah, Kung Lao defeated Shang Tsung. And then Shang Tsung. Then Shang Tsung returns with the four-armed half-human dragon Goro. And Goro one. We can go over this one too. I got this on deck. We can take a look at this next time. Number 1. Yeah. Looks great.
He brought back Goro with him. So Goro defeated and
Malibu was badass back in the day.
Killed Kung Lao. The tournament has been
It was a good alternative. I'm telling you, the Ultraverse was pretty sick.
in the hands of Outworlders ever since. So you're probably wondering, so what happened next? What happened after the end of Mortal Kombat 1? What is the canon version of the games? So according to the games, Liu Kang defeated Goro. Now in the comic book, they show that more in depth. So I'm going to go to the Mortal Kombat 2 comic.
Yeah, Liu Kang defeated Goro. We know that. But apparently he didn't kill him. I remember there was that whole thing about a parent. That's probably my first example when I was a kid of like the word game, like semantics. Oh, a parent death.
Here, show
Oh.
you. All right, so in the Mortal Kombat 2 comic, you can see Goro fighting against Johnny Cage, Kano, and Sonya, which tells you everything you need to know. Goro didn't actually die at the hands of Liu Kang. Goro continued to live. He may have died in this scene. At least that's what they were hinting at. So if you look at the game's attract mode, it says, facing execution for his failure and the apparent death of Goro, Sung convinces Shao Kahn to grant him a second chance. All right. So
There it is. Fucking apparent death. Facing execution for his failure and the apparent death of Goro.
So that's the apparent death of Goro. And that's a word that they drove home even more in this interview with Flux Magazine. This interview was done by Dan Electro. So he asks them, will we ever see Goro again, or is he really dead? And John Tobias says, oh, he'll be back in some way. And Ed Boon says, no character has ever been killed off. They might be missing or something. In the second game, we said there was an apparent death of Goro. So we kind of left
An apparent death of Goro. Italicized bitches. Old school. So we kind of left the door open to bring him back. If we want.
the door open to bring him back if we want. That's a good idea. In fact, they actually did bring him back for Mortal Kombat Trilogy. So in those versions of Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Goro's playable along with Kintaro. But I'm going to argue that that's non-canon. So here's the actual instruction manual.
Oh, instruction manuals. I want to step further than these things. I love the pocket books. Not only would it tell you like fatalities and combos and cheat codes, like how to get a new Saibot to show up, the full silhouette ninja, new Saibot. But they had bio and history, like what happens after the tournaments leading up to stuff.
Manual for MK Trilogy. This is the PC manual. And if you look at Goro's bio here, it's basically just a repeat of the MK1 story, the one that I just read. Word for word, it's exactly the same thing. So if Goro was actually returning here in the game's lore, you'd think they would have written a new story. You can also look down in Kintaro's story. Kintaro, they misspelled here as Kitaro. But anyway, Kintaro's story is also just recycled from his Mortal Kombat 2 story. And in fact, what makes that one even more interesting is that it says that Goro's missing and Kintaro's out for revenge, which makes no sense if Goro's sitting right there side by side with him. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say this one was non-canon. So that brings us to Mortal Kombat 4. Now let me show you what happened in Mortal Kombat 4. They were talking about bringing him back to the arcades. It didn't actually happen, but here's this old Game Fan interview I happen to have. And in this interview, Game Fan asks, is it possible to create outlandish creatures like Goro, Kentaro, and Motaro convincingly using this hardware? Ed Boon says, oh yeah, that's absolutely possible. Have you got any characters like that in MK4? Not yet. Like I said, we haven't done all the characters yet, but it's possible. So they were talking about the Zeus hardware and how many polygons it can handle at one time, and yes, it could have handled a creature like Goro. They just didn't have time to do it, or for whatever reason, they never ended up doing it. But they did bring back Goro for the home version. So in the PlayStation, the Nintendo 64 version, Goro actually is playable in Mortal Kombat 4. Now I'm going to pull up his bio. I'm also going to argue that just like MK Trilogy, his bio here is not canon, and I'll tell you why in a second.
Goro, Mortal Kombat champion, grand champion.
The half-human dragon stood as Shang Tsung's protector in the first tournament.
Goro took the Mortal Kombat title from the original Kung Lao. Yeah! Only to have it won from him 9 generations later by Lao's ancestor, Liu Kang. Seeking revenge, the Shokan Prince has returned from the Outworld to crush Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat. Yeah! Goro! Goro!
Goro took the Mortal Kombat title from the original Kung Lao, only to have it won from him 9 generations later by Lao's ancestor, Liu Kang. Seeking revenge, the Shokan Prince has returned from the Outworld to crush Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat. But if you actually look at his story in Mortal Kombat 4, they go in a completely different direction. I'd say a 180-degree different direction. Let's look at the Mortal Kombat 4 comic book here. Okay. So in the Mortal Kombat 4 comic book, there's a war that's about to break out between...
Oh, we got this one too. I got this book too we could look at. Yeah, there's the Centaur people. I think Motaro. Yep, there's Motaro right there in the games. He was a good another boss. Remember the four-armed girl too? They had Shiva.
You can see Katana and the Adenian guards caught in the middle. And on the next page, you can see Goro up above, looking down at what's going on. And he chooses just this moment to make his appearance. This is where he decides to make his presence known. He swoops down and...
Everybody thinks it's on, but like the war is about to start because everybody thought that they had played a hand in having Goro killed. So there's about to be a race war between four-armed people and centaur horse people. But since Goro finally isn't missing anymore, he reveals himself. I mean, that kind of ends the war.
And everybody realizes he's not dead. And Goro's death is kind of what led to the war between them. So with Goro back, they kind of all agree that there's really no reason for this war to continue, and they all listen to Goro and decide to have an era of peace. And in fact, in MK Gold, they continue this exact same sequence. They continue this exact same lore for Goro. So he doesn't seem to be driven by revenge, but he's ready to put aside his differences and usher in peace. I'm going to pull that up for you now.
Goro, we are here to offer the Shokan a treaty for truce. The Centaurs have already signed and agreed to all terms. We now await your acceptance.
War has been waged in this realm for too long. We must bring it to an end. I will set aside my differences with the Centaurs as long as they abide by the treaty. I shall...
I don't know, man. He looks a little bit too in shape in this one. Like I mean, the voice sounds good. Let me slow it down to normal. I'm gonna go back and listen, but I'm telling you, like his movements. And was this the Nintendo 64 version, right? His movements are real fruity, real questionable, flexible, male sus movements going on with Goro. You know, this Goro's got just a little bit of sugar in that tank, just a little bit too frolicky, gay, swaying movements, kind of like a pissed off gay black man. That is what I'm reminded of. Oh my gosh. Or like a Filipino fucking ladyboy. And this is Goro, the grand champion, four-armed fucking monster. And he's moving in front of me in the mannerisms of a Filipino ladyboy. And this is the first time Goro has ever made me uncomfortable. So I'm going to say that absolute god-awful cinematic cutscene of Goro in a video game. What is that? It's a sassy. Goro's got a little bit of sass to him. And that
I'm going to pull that up for you now.
Goro, we are here to offer the Shokan a treaty for truce. The Centaurs have already signed and agreed to all terms. We now await your acceptance.
War has been waged in this realm for too long. We must bring it to an end. I will set aside my differences with the Centaurs as long as they abide by the treaty. I shall sign your agreement.
Goro, this is a great victory for all of us. Kung Lao,
Oh,
we are
shit.
in a moment of peace. How could you attack now?
I once thought that an allegiance with an enemy was a lost cause, Princess Kitana.
Was that your attempt at an assassination, Earthman?
Oh my god, look at it, gashed him right across the fucking chest. Kung Lao, absolute badass. Yeah, look at that.
No.
Jesus. It's fucking very Jewish looking Kung Lao.
No, that was a ceremonial.
It's Matt Barr. Matt Barr is Kung Lao. That's uncanny.
No, that was a ceremonial strike of revenge for my ancestor. That you killed in Mortal Kombat so many years ago.
And do you wish to continue this battle?
No, I wish only to settle the
Battle? And do you wish to continue this battle?
No, I wish only to settle the differences between us.
Your ancestor was a great man, and a brave and noble warrior. You should be proud of his accomplishments. If he won,
Oh my
perhaps I would
god.
be my own son, seeking to settle differences with him.
See what I mean, bro? This is fucking. They fucking. They put on one of those fucking green screen suits with all the like miniature lit up light bulbs all over it. They put one of those green screen suits on a sassy black man and had him act out Goro's parts. Old Goro had been like, "Fuck peace. We fight right now." And this guy was like, "Well, I mean, if Kung Lao had won, maybe it'd be my son trying to talk to you instead. I think we need to you just put a 2-foot gash across my chest. Probably needs over 200 stitches, but let's just keep the peace." Yeah. What year was this made in? Mortal Kombat 4. Absolute shame. Shame, shame, shame. What the fuck?
Many years ago.
And do you wish to continue this battle?
No, I wish only to settle the differences between us.
Your ancestor was a great man, and a brave and noble warrior. You should be proud of his accomplishments.
Yeah.
If he won,
He should be proud of his accomplishments if he won.
perhaps it would be my own son, seeking to settle differences with him.
Put it there, pal. Wiggity, 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 wiggity.
All right, so I thought that was a fantastic way to build off of the threads that they'd established in the comic, incorporate them into the canon, And what's really amazing is that in the 3D era, starting in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, they really picked up right from where that left off, mostly in Kitana's story. So if you check this out, this is part of her conquest mode. It says, years ago, Kitana had used her skills of negotiation to bring about a truce between Prince Goro and Kung Lao. And basically, in the whole fight between the Deadly Alliance and Kitana's resistance, Goro was on her side. They show that here. Princess Kitana was at war with the Emperor of Outworld, Shao Kahn. She had joined forces with Prince Goro of the Shokan and was effectively confronting Kano's troops. Okay, and then later on, the combined forces of Kitana and Goro made one last push against Kano's troops, but were unsuccessful in breaching his line of defense. Though Kano's army was fewer in number than the united armies of Edenia and the Shokan, it seemed as though they were being strengthened by some unseen force. Tragically, near the end of that skirmish, Prince Goro was fatally injured. His men brought him back to the encampment where Kitana stayed by his side until he passed. And then in her ending, they continue that. They have the coffin. It's being lowered into molten lava while all these Shokan soldiers are watching. By the way, all the Shokan soldiers look identical to Goro. And they lower the coffin into the molten lava, and that was thought to be the end of it. So basically, Goro became a champion of peace at the end of his life. He made peace with Kung Lao, he ushered in peace with the Centaurs, he fought on the side of the Edenian resistance, and everything was going great. Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition, for Game Boy Advance only, builds on that, and expands the lore even more. So let me show you that.
Mortal Kombat for the Game Boy Advance. Wow.
The allied forces of Princess Kitana and Prince Goro were locked in Mortal Kombat with Shao Kahn's army when Noob Saibot made his move on
Oh, Noob Saibot made his move.
an unsuspecting and battle-weary Prince Goro. The two fought savagely, but it was Noob Saibot who gained the upper hand and mortally wounded Goro. Okay, so
It was fucking Noob Saibot, the silhouette ninja. No.
again, Noob Saibot was in MK Tournament Edition, and they revealed that he was the one who killed Goro. There was nothing really new that contradicted anything that they established. I mean, it was some new details, but nothing that contradicted or really changed like 180 degrees Goro's story, just filling it in with more background info. And then in Mortal Kombat Deception, at first, Goro wasn't in the game, so let me show you what happened with MK Deception. Okay, he was in the Dark Prison background, which is where all the dead characters and
Damn, they got my brother locked up.
up. So you can see that Goro's model was there. But again,
Goro, no.
didn't contradict anything. He was dead. He died serving Kitana. You know, Kitana was also kind of in one of the other cells with him, so that was the end of that. And then his bio card for MK Deception was also pretty much consistent with everything. Let me pull that up here. Goro, Prince of the Half-Dragon Shokan race, had for many years
Half-Dragon Shokan race. So I guess that's what half-dragons look like.
served Shao Kahn until his people fell out of favor with the Emperor. An alliance was formed with Kitana's Edenian army, and Goro led the charge against Shao Kahn's forces. So that would have
EVE Online is a vast universe.
Is it? I wouldn't know.
would have been it, except when Mortal Kombat Deception was released on the Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo wanted some exclusive content.
GameCube.
They brought back were Goro and Shao Kahn, and in fact they wrote into the serving Shao Kahn.
Fuck
so
yeah.
bios. Well, Goro's bio anyway.
I remember
Kitana's
this
army
one.
allied with my Shokan warriors in an attempt to destroy my old master Shao Kahn. It was rumored that he was weakening and that our victory was inevitable. During the last battle against Kano's militia, however, I was attacked from behind by a shadow warrior, Noob Saibot. I do not know for how long I lay dying on the battlefield, but when I regained consciousness, I was greeted by the last person I expected to see. Shao Kahn found me near death upon the battlefield. Though he was not wearing his armor, I recognized his voice. It was truly him. He used what little power he had left to revive me. He asked me to join him once again and aid in destroying a rising power in Outworld. In return, he would give the Shokan favored status and banish the Centaurs. I accepted his offer. I placed my royal seal on the disfigured corpse of a fallen Shokan warrior, and together we fled into hiding to regain our strength for the coming battle. Okay, so, as you know, Goro is now back on the side of darkness. In MK Armageddon, you can clearly see him fighting with the bad guys. When Taven goes into Shao Kahn's palace, Goro is one of the warriors he fights. And that's sort of where Goro ended up until Armageddon, until the end of time, right? Till the end of this timeline. But I do want to circle back and show you what they did with him in MK Shaolin Monks. So, MK Shaolin Monks kind of contradicted MK2 a little bit on this point. I'm going to start by showing you the intro.
Damn, I like the graphics on this Goro.
I think they need to do a bit of work.
So
I realize that in the
bad.
past, when they
Oh,
show you
wait,
the early
what the
version of the
fuck?
game and they're not done modeling, they do go back and they do make some further enhancements. And I'm hoping that's the case because Goro's face just looks too much like a regular guy. He doesn't look like the portal and everybody left. That's not the way I would have played it if I were Shang Tsung. I'm not sure why Goro went along with him on this. I mean, he was totally winning. Nobody was going to defeat him. But hey, that's the way it went. And Goro does show up later in the game for a boss battle. Oh, and I do want to give a shout out to Justin McCollum. Justin was right. Goro's model was also used in the crypt. You can see a lot of those prison models also in the crypt running around behind coffins. been it, except when Mortal Kombat Deception was released on the Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo wanted some exclusive content, and the exclusive characters they brought back were Goro and Shao Kahn. And in fact, they wrote into the lore that Goro's serving Shao Kahn. So let me show you their bios. Well, Goro's bio anyway. Kitana's army allied with my Shokan warriors in an attempt to destroy my old master, Shao Kahn. It was rumored that he was weakening and that our victory was inevitable. During the last battle against Kano's militia, however, I was attacked from behind by a shadow warrior, Noob Saibot. I do not know for how long I lay dying on the battlefield, but when I regained consciousness, I was greeted by the last person I expected to see. Shao Kahn found me near death upon the battlefield. Though he was not wearing his armor, I recognized his voice. It was truly him. He used what little power he had left to revive me. He asked me to join him once again and aid in destroying a rising power in Outworld. In return, he would give the Shokan favored status and banish the Centaurs. I accepted his offer. I placed my royal seal on the disfigured corpse of a fallen Shokan warrior, and together we fled into hiding to regain our strength for the coming battle. Okay, so, as you know, Goro is now back on the side of darkness. In MK Armageddon, you can clearly see him fighting with the bad guys. When Taven goes into Shao Kahn's palace, Goro's one of the warriors he fights, and that's sort of where Goro ended up until Armageddon, until the end of time, right? Until the end of this timeline. But I do want to circle back and show you what they did with him in MK Shaolin Monks. So MK Shaolin Monks kind of contradicted MK2 a little bit on this.
Where can you play MK Shaolin Monks? That looks so badass. The graphics for Goro are really good.
Showing you the intro.
Oh wait, I do remember.
Okay, so in MK Shaolin Monks, Goro basically came out of the room, kicked everyone's ass, and then Shang Tsung opened up a portal and everybody left. That's not the way I would have played it if I were Shang Tsung. I'm not sure why Goro went along with him on this. I mean, he was totally winning. Nobody was going to defeat him. But hey, that's the way it went. And Goro does show up later in the game for a boss battle. Oh, and I do want to give a shout out to Justin McCollum. Justin was right. Goro's motto was also used in the crypts. You can see a lot of those prison models also in the crypt running around behind coffins in Deception. But let me show you MK Shaolin Monks. There's a boss battle with Goro later on in the game.
It would have been better for you to have died.
He's in tight.
Isn't Sub-Zero supposed to take care of this? Fatality.
That was a lame fatality.
Yeah, clear reference to the Mortal Kombat movie there at the end, which we'll get into in a bit. But first, I wanted to go into the new timeline. So with Mortal Kombat 9, obviously Goro is the last person that you fight before you face Shang Tsung in the MK1 part of the story mode. He's in the game, but he doesn't have a bio. What's interesting is the cutting room floor does have some stuff on him, though. Let me pull that up. Okay, so I'm going to show you Goro's bio. They have Goro and Kintaro. I put them together because if you look at their bios, you'll see that Goro is from like the more royal race of Shokan, the Draco lineage, and Kintaro is from the Tigrar lineage. And it's funny because they never really confirmed this anywhere else. This is just cutting room floor stuff, but we all sort of take it for granted that this is canon, and might as well be. Might as well be. So Goro's line of Shokan resembles physically different. Goro always physically look different from Kintaro, and they're basically saying that they're two different lineages. Goro comes from the Draco race, and Kintaro comes from the Tigrar race. I thought that was a really cool way to explain why they both look different. And then, of course, in MKX, it says Prince Goro leads the Shokan, the four-armed race of half-dragons, subjugated ages ago by Shao Kahn. Goro was Mortal Kombat champion 9 tournaments in a row. He was defeated by Liu Kang in the 10th, ending Outworld's hopes of assimilating Earthrealm. The Shokan served the Outworld throne until Shao Kahn's death. They refused to take sides in the resulting civil war, and were thus outcast. Few believe, however, that they have seen the last of Goro. Okay, so obviously Goro was a huge part of MKX, in that he was a pre-order character. And yet he was not that huge part of the story in the fact that he wasn't in story mode at all. There was kind of a pattern with NetherRealm at the time that any of the pre-order characters wouldn't show up in the story mode. That's something that they've kind of got away from. But at the time, that's the way it was. So Goro wasn't in the story mode. He was in the MKX comics, though. I'm going to show you some stuff with that. Okay, so in this one, that's actually Gorbak fighting Kotal Khan. But in this one, you can clearly see that Kotal kills Gorbak. And that's Goro's father. In the next scene, you can see Goro himself fighting against Kotal. And what does Kotal do? He manages to rip off Goro's arms. Not just the top two, but all 4 of them. So at the end of the MKX comics, Goro is referred to as a cripple, and he shows up at the doorstep of the Red Dragon. He's looking for a way to regrow his arms. He knows about the power of Onaga, and he understands that Onaga can regenerate limbs, and he thinks that's the best chance that he has of being restored to his former glory. And Justin says, kind of ironic because in Armageddon on the main menu, you can see Johnny Cage with Goro in the background. One day, I'm going to get into it. I see the goat asks, are Johnny Cage and Goro rivals? One day, I'm going to show you the whole thing about Goro and Johnny Cage and their rivalry and how it evolved over time. But in the meantime, back to the MKX comics. Yeah, Goro needed to regenerate his limbs. Now, in MK11, this is a screenshot that I took a while back of exploring the crypt. You can see Goro's skeleton in his lair, and all 4 arms are intact. So at some point, you have to ask yourself, how did Goro go from having all 4 of his arms ripped off in the comics to now and then when he died, all 4 arms were there. So what happened in between? I'm going to show you a clip of a podcast. It's called Mortal Podcast, where Sean Kittleson was a guest, and he explains what happened in between.
I never wrote a second season of the Mortal Kombat X comic books, but if I had, my story for them was Onaga. Like, and we kind of hit at the end of the MKX comics that like Goro's around, Dagon and the Red Dragon are around, and these guys worship Onaga and they want to bring Onaga back, and Goro becomes the vessel in the new timeline.
Right, because at the end of the MKX comics, he goes to the Red Dragon and says
he has no arms. Kotal Khan ripped his arms off, cut his arms off. So he's been completely humiliated and debased, and he'll do anything. And he thinks that he's going to get these powers via Onaga, but it turns out he's just going to be the vessel for Onaga.
Wow.
And spoiler alert, Goro would come out of this with his arms intact again. That through various means and whatnot, that we would have a Goro transformation and then exercise Onaga from Goro, and we'd have our four-armed Goro back. So we also have a fourth Onaga to compete with.
Okay, and to answer your question, somebody in the chat asked, is the half human, half dragon thing canon? Yes, it is canon. It was established in the very first game. They referred to it many times. They did it in MKX, they did it in MK11, they did it in MK Deception. They've been consistent about it. They've never really gotten away from that. There is some stuff about Goro's story that they've gotten away from, and I'm going to talk about that soon. But first, I want to talk about Goro in the movies. So Goro was really important. I mean, look, there was that poster and some of the ads in magazines that clearly showed Goro as kind of the star of the show. Even in MK Conquest, which I loved, they had Goro in a cameo. Blink and you'll miss it. So I wanted to show you this. There was a timeline on MortalKombat.com. Not everybody's heard of this, but there's a timeline that showed everything that happened in the New Line take on the Mortal Kombat universe. Everything from MK Conquest to the Mortal Kombat movies, both movies. So if you go to the middle of the timeline, there's this section called Death of a Champion, Kung Lao versus Goro. This is how MK Conquest would have ended. So let me pull that up and I'll show you what it says. For years, having dealt with nightmares of his death at the hands of a four-armed monster, Kung Lao is about to confront them in the upcoming tournament. Through Raiden's guidance and instruction, Kung Lao is the best he's ever been in mind, body, and spirit. But the Thunder God reminds him that his opponent is the most powerful Mortal Kombat has ever seen. To win back the Emperor's favor, Shang Tsung searches the depths of the universe to find a fighter who will undoubtedly win the next tournament. In the realm of Shao Kahn, he finds Prince Goro, an 8 feet tall, four-armed warrior born half man and half dragon. The Emperor is very pleased and looks forward to the tournament. When the next Mortal Kombat takes place, it pins the defending champion against the new contender, Goro. The match lasts several days, with either man refusing to quit. Raiden watches as Kung Lao starts to lose his edge and his life force. Any normal man or outworld fighter would surely have been defeated by the warrior monk, but Goro is nothing like anyone from either realm has ever seen. After nearly a week straight of the most intense match in Mortal Kombat history, the great Kung Lao was killed by the Prince of Shao Kahn. So, that sucks. That sucks. Let me get caught up on the chat here. Okay, Kieran, Ron.
A week-long fucking fight. Damn.
Says that the database, when Cyber Sub-Zero in MK9, it shows everybody's species. It lists Kitana as human. It lists Boraicho as human. I don't know how canon you should take that. But yeah, they're just using human as a generic term. In fact, we know that Edenians have a much longer lifespan than regular humans, just like everybody does. Every other realm seems to live longer than us. But yeah, they resemble humans. They're humanoid, for sure. So MK The Journey Begins introduced a lot of interesting stuff. They introduced an older brother for Goro, Durak. Now, Durak has never been mentioned in any of the games. You know, there's other non-canon characters who have become canon after the fact. They've become canonized, but not Durak, not Goro's older brother. He was never mentioned at all, but it was cool. And they show that Goro killed him. So Goro killing his own brother sort of makes him, I guess, it makes him unredeemable. It makes it too unlikely that he would ever usher in an era of peace between himself and Kung Lao, or, you know, between the Centaurs. They also introduced another detail, that Goro was the commander of the Shao Kahn. I mean, not the Shao Kahn, of the Nomads, which was, you know, before the Tarkatans had a name, they were called Nomads. Check this out.
Yes, Goro, Prince of Shao Kahn.
He has 4 arms.
That's what I was trying to tell you. Goro commands the legions of Nomads, fierce subterranean creatures who obey every command.
Okay, so I thought that was a cool detail. Honestly, with Onaga being the Dragon King and Goro being half dragon, I can't believe that Goro ever would have rebelled against Onaga. I would think that he would want to serve Onaga. I thought, you know, maybe us dragons got to stick together. But that's not how it works. So let's go into how Goro got killed in the movies, because as we know, we've seen what happens in the games. We know that Liu Kang defeated him. We've seen the fight in the Mortal Kombat 2 comic with Johnny, Sonya, and Kano. We've seen MK Shaolin Monks where Goro just kind of ran off. But MKX sort of confirms that Liu Kang was the one who defeated him. So let me show you in the movies how it works. Okay, in the 1995 film, Johnny Cage killed him. And in fact, there is a bit of irony in that Goro fell to his death, which is the same way that he killed his own brother. So I thought that was kind of fitting. And then in Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge, Scorpion's the one who killed him. In fact, that's kind of dishonorable because they were in the middle of a martial arts tournament, and it was a one-on-one fight. Scorpion just kind of comes out of nowhere and kills Goro in one hit, and Liu Kang doesn't.
I killed him in the middle of the tournament. Interference. Disqualified. Damn, he one-shotted Goro. Scorpion did? Wait, what fucking movie was that? You can't one-shot my boy Goro. Fuck out of here, Scorpion. Fuck out of here.
I thought that was kind of fitting. And then in Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge, Scorpion's the one who
Oh, Scorpion's Revenge.
killed him. In fact, that's kind of dishonorable because they were in the middle of a martial arts tournament, and it was a one-on-one fight. Scorpion just kind of comes out of nowhere and kills Goro in one hit, and Liu Kang doesn't defeat him at all. So Scorpion's the one that kills him there. And then in the Mortal Kombat 2021 film, it's Cole Young. So I don't think I need to say any more about that. All right, let me show you some of the lost lore of Goro. And this is what I like. This is a bio from the Mortal Kombat 1 comic book. But
Oh, we can look at this too. I got this.
You can see it repeated in a lot of places. They actually repeat it in the Mortal Kombat 1 instruction manual. They repeat it in Mortal Kombat the movie on DVD and some of the special features. They repeat it in The Journey Begins. But this is where it first showed up in the Mortal Kombat 1 comic.
Wait, look at, I know what he's gonna say, but look at this. Known relatives. King Gorbak. That's his father, King Gorbak. Damn, so dragons procreated with humans. It's so crazy. The Lord of the Rings has a thing like that too. And so does Warhammer. Dragoth. Queen Maul. That's his mother, Queen Jamal. Queen Maul. Mother. Goro also has 7 wives. Oh, let me find out. Goro be getting down like that. Yeah. 7 wives. God damn, Goro. Save some for the rest of us. Can I have a wife? I mean, I know you got 4 arms, a wife for every arm, and then some. What you need 7 wives for? Everybody's got a pretty wife. Where's my pretty wife? 7 wives. I need a wife, Goro. Can I borrow one of your wives?
So as you can see here, his known relatives include his father, King Gorbak, Queen Mai, his mother, and he has 7 wives. Now, that is something that they have not gone back to at all since then. They've not touched on the fact that Goro's got 7 wives. That doesn't sound like too bad of a deal for him, really. His occupation, he's the Prince of Khotan, ruler supreme of Shao Kahn's armies. So, okay, it's like Khotan is the 4th astral plane of Shao Kahn, realm of the Outworld, which there's a lot to unpack here. So let's start with that, with Shao Kahn being a realm of the Outworld. I'll tell you my headcanon. In my headcanon, Shao Kahn was a separate realm, right? The half-human dragons lived on their own until eventually Shao Kahn invaded and took over. Now, Gorbak is allowed to remain as king because he's loyal to Shao Kahn, his emperor. And in fact, that is what John Tobias was thinking. I'm going to show you a really cool interview. It's exclusive. This has never been seen before. This is an interview that Uppercut Editions, the makers of the Mortal Kombat Encyclopedia, did by email with John Tobias. I've been authorized
Oh shit, Uppercut Encyclopedia.
to show you this portion of it. All right, so the question that they ask him. The Shao Kahn and centaurs are called natural enemies in the story. Does this mean they come from the same realm? Are they native to Outworld, or is another realm that Khan had merged? And John Tobias answers, the Shao Kahn and centaurs were both native species of an unnamed realm that merged with Outworld during a Mortal Kombat conquest preceding Khan's takeover of Edenia. Outworld is a conglomeration of many realms, the last of which to have been conquered being Edenia.
We take hundreds of credit cards a day. We feel comfortable that Spectrum is keeping the customer's information safe.
So I thought that was something cool. Basically, my headcanon was confirmed.
Wait, so the Outworld is like a melting pot of all the realms that get fucking conquered. They just fucking the conquered realms all get sucked into the Outworld, and they fucking they merge together as one thing, different things. And the last realm that was conquered was Edenia, which I think is where Katana and Sindel and Milena came from, and Ermac.
Outworld during a Mortal Kombat conquest preceding Khan's takeover of Edenia. Outworld is a conglomeration of many realms, the last of which to have been conquered being Edenia. So I thought that was something cool. Basically, my headcanon was confirmed. The only other time I could think of where that happened was in MK Deception. I don't remember if I have this queued up. Yeah, okay, so my brother was talking to me about this. He said that if a creature has 4 arms, they also have to have 4 pecs. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, because your pectoral muscles are what enable you to move your arms. That's what enables you to swing them around and move them in all these different directions. So if you don't
Hey, see, I told you it was a thing.
if you don't have 4 pecs, you can't have 4 arms. They'd just be sitting there unable to move. And I thought that was crazy. But when they redesigned Goro for the GameCube version of MK Deception, they gave him 4 pecs. And it's interesting. They didn't do that with Kintaro's design. When they redesigned Kintaro for MK Armageddon, they didn't give him 4 pecs. When they redesigned Shiva, they didn't give her 4. You know what? Never mind. Let's just move on. So the other thing I wanted to show you was about astral plane. So John Tobias on his Twitter answered a lot of questions. Let me show you this. This is the one. Okay. So I actually said Goro's MK1 bio has Goro's birthplace as the 4th astral plane of Shao Kahn. That's what Khotan is, the 4th astral plane. And John Tobias says, we left the concept of astral planes behind as we further developed Outworld. This text wasn't carried forward with the exception of a claims copy, and we put zero thought into the construct of astral planes in our universe. Merging realms was complicated enough. Yeah, I agree. The closest I could think of to astral anything is Quan Chi. I know he does some kind of astral projection from his lair in MK Deadly Alliance. That's what it said. And then his other tweet, I love this one. A very early version of Goro. This was like a preliminary sketch before they ever did any work, before they ever did any modeling for him. You know, Kurt Chiarelli did the original Goro model in the games. But before that, you can see from the back in that first sketch that Goro was going to have a tail. In fact, Tobias here says, I thought I remembered at one point we considered giving Mortal Kombat's Goro a dragon's tail. Found some old sketches circa 1991.
Oh, they should have done that, bro.
With the tail.
I think that's even better. What do you guys think? Holy fuck, Goro with a tail. Yeah. Makes sense, because that's why the half human, half dragon thing isn't right. Never hits the right way. Never makes quite sense, because there's something missing, like, you know, claws, wings, just, you know, 4 arms, and he's got some spikes on his skin and forehead. He's got some spots. That's not enough, you know, to convey half human, half dragon. See how one little fucking decision can cause confusion and stuff. Years of unreliable canon. But bro, like, yeah, Goro should have had a tail, I think.
Clearly drives the point home about the half human, half dragon stuff that we were talking about in the chat earlier. So, okay, I guess the last thing I want to talk about is the new Mortal Kombat. We don't know if Goro's going to be a character in that game. Goro had a huge role to play in the original lore, just considering that he was Outworld's champion for so many years. But we don't know. We don't know. He hasn't been confirmed except as a cameo. So let me put this on a loop. I'm going to show you his MK1 cameo. I'm just going to leave it here for a minute and kind of replay it over and over again, because it's one of those things where if you blinked, you could have missed this in the trailer. A lot of people are saying that he looks too short here. I don't know. He's supposed to be 8 feet tall. I think he is about as tall as he's supposed to be. It's hard to say for sure because he's standing so much further behind the background than the other characters. Also, his face. His face is a lot more human than it should be. That's, you know, Goro is supposed to look a lot more monstrous. You can kind of see that in every single game in the past up until now. So I think they need to do a bit of work. I realize that in the past, when they show you an early version of the game and they're not done modeling, they do go back and they do make some further enhancements. And I'm hoping that's the case, because Goro's face just looks too much like a regular guy. He doesn't look like the man beast that was born on a distant planet. So that's all I got to say about Goro. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment. Let me know if you're excited about the possibility of Goro returning. Let me know what your thoughts are on his cameo appearance or any other thoughts or questions that you have down below. I've been trying to keep up with the chat and all the comments that you guys are asking me. But
All right, folks, that's gonna do it right there. Yeah. That's gonna go ahead and bring episode 3 of It's Just Comics, guys, to a close. We'll continue. There's only 2 more issues left. 2 more issues left in the Goro Prince of Pain mini-series out of Malibu Comics. We'll go ahead and finish that up. We got to finish up the Plague of Frogs. Got to find something Lobster Johnson. Find another Lobster Johnson one-shot to peruse through. But, yeah, so that's going to bring the show to an end. But before we go ahead and get up out of here, I just want to let you guys in on what's going on in my world. As you know, my debut comic book, SLED HEADZ, with Kristian Rossi, is the art is 100% completed. We're just waiting to be able to letter the book, get a logo, and get the cover art, and then it'll be available for purchase. 60-page hardcover available in the Critical Blast Publishing bookstore, also available on Amazon, Walmart, and BarnesandNoble.com. You can find it any of those places. 60-page hardcover, blaxploitation, gunfu, supernatural, Super Sentai rom-com with art by Kristian Rossi, available soon. Stay alert. Announcements coming soon. Okay, and so that's what we got coming down the pipeline currently, SLED HEADZ. But me and Kristian are also working on some things. We want you to know that there is also a team book we're working on. Team book with superpowered beings, superhero, supernatural, political espionage. No, I'm just kidding about the political espionage. But yeah, we got some superhero, super powered team. You know, very much like well, it's basically you know how in X-Men there's always like a mutant human war. Well, this is basically like uh humans and demons working together. Humans and demons working together to get rid of the mutants, because the mutants are offspring. Like all these superpowered beings, their superpowers all come from the king of demons. And when he was awakened, it corrupted everything worldwide. Things began mutating, powers began manifesting. And so yeah, the good mutants, if you will, the good superpowered beings, you know, they have their rogues gallery, the bad mutants. And the bad mutants and the humans are working together to take out the good mutants. Then we realize that the humans are betraying everybody, using the demons to get rid of the mutants. So then the world would just be left to the humans and the demons, and they would have gotten rid of mutants and machines. So it's like, you know, there's war going on. The big story is the war going on between mutants and machines versus humans and demons. So the mutants and the machines are teaming up. They're having it out with the humans and the demons, and the humans also have like machines helping them too. So it's a all out war between humanity, artificial intelligence, you know, through machinery, and demons. Mutants, humans, machines, and demons all going to war. So we got that, you know. So it's like, I don't know what to call it. You know, it's like superhero, supernatural, if you will. But there's a bit of politicking and espionage, betrayal and backstabbing that goes forth. But this is Stiletto. This is my character, Stiletto. And what happens right now is her mind, she's got psychic abilities, and her mind is being overtaken by this guy that's in the biggest shard of glass on this panel, on the splash page. That's my four-armed character. So it's very relevant to this episode about dedicated to Goro, because this is a four-armed minotaur named Mokad. Mokad is one of the 5 demon generals. See, Hell has the king demon, the top dog. I call him the immortal intruder. In my shared universe, the immortal intruder. And he has 5 demon generals. And one of these demon generals is right here, Mokad. He's a 4-armed minotaur. Absolute monstrosity. And he also has psychic abilities. He has taken over the mind of Stiletto on this splash page. And it feels like she's falling through a broken window with shards of glass And you can see the claw dancers, the blood swarm. These are different races of the demons, not demon generals, but demons that inhabit hell, you know. And certain demon generals have different demons, demon hordes in their armies. Claw dancers, blood swarm. You guys will see them more. These are just like them in the shards, but cool images of them in the shards of glass. As that's how it feels in her mind right now, being overtaken by the demon general Mokad. It feels like she's fallen through glass. All right. Where's page 1? No, here we go. See, this is well, this is only some of the team. There's 3 or 4 more of them outside of the cave, so they're gonna be on like page 3, which I haven't had made yet. These are the 5 that got put into production first. But yeah, so this doesn't show the whole team. I'm not giving you guys the name. Like, that's why there's placeholders like mutants or superpowered beings. I'm not saying the team's name yet. But yeah, this is for the most part the good guy team. But there's 3 people missing. There's like the majors, the most the strongest out of all of them is missing. The psychic, telepathic, telekinetic lady's outside. She's like, you know, she's because there's been a massive like kidnapping done, and it was caught on, you know, people saw it. It's been broadcast over the news. It's like demons, like claw dancers and blood swarm demons, have somehow made it through to our world. There must have been like a quick break in the fault lines and whatnot, and they kidnapped a bunch of civilians, human civilians, that were attending a concert, an outdoor concert, a music festival. So the mutants are going in to this cave system where the demons have taken all the festival goers. They're going in to save the day, but they don't want it to be known that they're going in because they're hated by the humans at this point in time. And so the not pictured here, but the strongest mutant on the team is the chick. She basically, maybe you could say like a Jean Grey stand-in, but she's outside and she's keeping the media choppers. There's helicopters circling this fucking tragedy, right? And she's using her psychic abilities to make the media chopper driver that's right closest to them think he's on vacation in his mind, so that he's not capturing footage for the media about what's going on with the mutant, the covert mutant rescue of the hostages. So she's on the outside communicating with these guys, like, hurry up, I can't make him think he's on vacation forever. And then the strong guy, every team has the tank. My version of that, of that trope of the Hulk character, the big strong guy. He's also outside, like fucking putting a giant fucking boulder in front of the entrance to this cave system that they're in right now, so it blocks anything from getting out, any of the demons, while they're getting the rescue done. And who else is outside? Oh yeah, she's not here. Yep, the strong, and then the strong woman, the tank for the women on the team. She's also outside. Oh, and then like my version of, like, the monster beast with the human heart of gold. He's also outside fucking setting up parameters of like drones and stuff. He's like a hunchback beast monster looking guy hanging upside down from a tree branch, setting up like a perimeter so you can see if any more demons come out. So those three guys are outside, or three or four. And then these are the mutants right here that you meet on page 1 of the team book. It's manslaughter, Warclaw, outrage, Gaba, high beam, stiletto. I don't even know anymore what these characters' names are. I forget. It's been so long because I've been doing 60 pages of SLED HEADZ, you know, focusing on one franchise so I can get to the next franchise, so I can get to the next, and then I gotta do part 2s too, right? Yeah. Fuck, what was her name? It was Frozen, and it was matching with Stiletto, but with an A. Fuck, I forgot her name. I know this girl is fucking Sophia. Or no, Scotia. Yeah, Scotia. And what was her name, dude? Something to do with Frozen, right? Stiletto and Frozetta. No. I don't know. Fuck. I'm gonna have to look it up. Oh my god, it finally happened. I finally have way too much franchises in my head. The hard drive's getting full. I'm gonna have to clear it out. But yeah, she's got freeze powers. Beautiful artwork. You and Team Book. It's gonna be fantastic. So here's Manslaughter showing off his fucking cyborg shtick. He got a fucking communication device, pops up right in his hand. You guys sure you gave us the right coordinates? They're going further and further down the cave system. And boom, they finally made it there. And we get the inside shot. There's blood swarm demons flying everywhere. So this must be the little portal fault that they're coming in through. Get all the rot and the human. And these are claw dancers growing out of the ground from the rot. And then they hear it. They hear the cry for help, and they start running towards the yelling for help. This extreme close up on High Beam's face. There's a nice little silhouette of all of them running. And then boom. Pull up to a cave system. It's hard because in these first shots, like they're all together, right? So it's got to be annoying to be the artist. You're like, yeah, they're still all together. Still all together. You got to come up with cool little ways to foreground and silhouette people and still be able to story tell. But eventually, you know, since shit happens, then they all split off and you're able to concentrate more on like two or three people per panel. That's the problem you run across with team books. See, they're all together again. They're getting people out of these fucking nasty demon cocoons. This guy's making a break for it. Manslaughter's like, He's like, I'm coming with you. I want to kill that motherfucker, Mokad. Then Warclaw's like, well, I freed the last person. Fuck, there they go. I want to see if Mokad can bleed. And then he's taking off too. There with all the people. High beam, stiletto. Oh no. She's getting a fucking headache. She falls to her knees. We already saw what happens. He knows. He's here. He knows everything. Mokad. And then the next page we get to is going to be a splash page. Full splash page of Mokad with his forearms fucking dancing. Or not dancing, but like, you know, like they'd be dancing in a club or something. Like you used to back in the day. When you're grinding behind a chick. And he's going to be like using his forearms like very Dr. Manhattan like fucking. It's like he's like, you know, like she's his possession on the next splash page. It's probably going to be more. I'm going to keep it shards of glass so that way it's like two splash pages side by side of like what it's like conveying his telepathic abilities. He's in her mind, like they're gonna be in the center. He's gonna be caressing her body with his fucking four minotaur arms. But then I think like all around them will have to be like different things that he's like seeing when he's invading her mind with his psychic mind. Probably like moments of her life and stuff. Like little Timmy, one of the guys, one of the reasons they're there to save is this little Timmy guy. And man, what happens to little Timmy at the end of the story is just fucking, you're gonna hate me for it. Like little, they finally do it, right, man? Like Mokad goes away and it's all like, wait, that was way too easy. What the fuck? Feels like we're being set up. Oh, get everybody out of the cave. They did it. The fucking news is there. The report on it. Oh, look at the humans, the mutants. They're really not that bad. They're saving humans. Everybody's being reunited with their families. All the concert, music festival people that were kidnapped, their families are there. Media's catching it all. Then little Timmy. Right here, Stiletto and Outrage together, they set little Timmy because they know little Timmy. Little Timmy back to his family. Little Timmy's running back to his family. Then somebody shines in front of him. We get a quick glimpse. We're like, wait, what the fuck was that? Little Timmy's running to his parents, and boom, a fucking female mutant villain teleports in and chainsaws him right through the middle of his chest. He's running towards his family, and the media catches it all. And boom, the team of mutant villains shows up and starts fucking viciously killing not only the concert goers that just got rescued, but their families that showed up for their rescue. Killing fucking media members, military members, and going to war with the good mutants that just made the rescue. So now it fucking stinks the name, the reputation of mutants and humans, the tension is fucking reignited and everything. But then you think that's it. But the humans were in on it with the evil mutants. But it goes even further. The humans not only use the evil mutants to keep the tension between mutants and humans going, but now the humans that were in on it, they betray the team of evil mutants too for the demons. The demons want to kill humans and mutants, but they rather get rid of mutants because mutants are demons' offspring, came from demonic energy. came from the demonic energy that was created when the immortal intruder was awakened. He started causing mutations of all life forms on Earth, and mutants were one of them. So, and so the very interesting thing is, like I told you, it's a little bit of espionage, supernatural, superpowered. It's like superhero, supernatural, and espionage, because there's mutants that are like, well, fuck this shit. We'll just go to hell and kill the demons first before they can, you know, type of thing. And then there's demons that are also in on it because they want to get rid of their boss and become the king of hell themselves. So it's like there's a lot going on, and it's gonna be fucking fantastic. Demons, demon hordes, and demon generals versus mutants and machines, humans going to war with mutants, going to using demons, using machines to do their bidding. You know, humans using mutants and machines and demons to do their bidding. But like you'll understand how the world works once we get to that book. But I just wanted to let you guys see some of this beautiful Kristian Rossi mutant art, because Kristian Rossi drawing mutants is such a treat. Like, you guys have been seeing him draw my book SLED HEADZ for a while now. Blaxploitation, supernatural, super sentai, rom-com. Seeing him draw, you know, just mutants is a banger. And I want you to know that we got this coming down the pipeline too. So many franchises that live in my head, at least 4 or 5 of them that I know I'm going to bring to life, at least with a book. There's this, well, there's SLED HEADZ, and then this is part of the other 4 franchises that I want to bring, make books about. So this is the plans. I just you know, just the beginning of this story was probably rough for Kristian because everybody's together in panels, but you know, once the big shift happens right there, right after page 5, it'll be better for him, better experience. Because, you know, Mokot shows up and starts wreaking havoc, and then they got to fight claw dancers and blood swarms. Everybody gets their own moments. And they got to go back outside. They think they've rescued the humans. The media is there. The humans are like, yeah, the media's outside. Perfect timing. Come out with the hostages. But then the humans send in the evil team of mutants to cause havoc. Boom. Soiling the mutant and human relations. Soiling the good deed. Media coverage was there to cover. And now it's covering them fighting with evil mutants, and human casualties are going on. And then the human betrays the evil team of mutants for demons. And they're like, wait, what the fuck? It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I can't really explain it that well without getting spoilery, but that's the skeleton of it for you. If that sounds like something you're interested, then stay alert, because as soon as SLED HEADZ is available for purchase, I will be moving on to this great fucking property that it lives inside my head. All these characters and their powers and how they interact with each other, all that good stuff lives in my head. Especially this one. This one's itching to come out the most. This was what was like, I was about to put SLED HEADZ to the side and just do this because of how amazing the story is with demon betrayal. Like, and you think that's it? The humans? You think that's it? That the humans are using demons to betray the mutants? Think that's it? No. There's also all these demons in hell that want to betray the king of hell. And they can bring mutants with them into hell to try to assassinate their boss. And that's why demons are working with the mutants, or working so well with the humans too, because they hate mutants, because mutants actually stand a chance at fucking killing demons. way more than humans do. You know what I'm saying? So they're a real threat to not just humans, but demons. And so, yeah, the fight is on, the pressure is on, the war rages. These beautiful. Wait till you guys meet these characters, get their power sets. This, by the way, isn't a fucking lion, isn't a humanoid lion. This is a mask. You'll be able to tell more and more. But yeah, that's it, folks. That's gonna go ahead and end the stream. Until next time, ciao. Glacier out. Yeah.